Well, hey there, gardening friends. It's currently Monday, July 24th, and we are about 3 weeks behind schedule in terms of things that are typically coming in season, but it's been kind of a cooler season. We're sitting on the back deck here and just enjoying some outdoor canning. We're kind of in between sessions here, which is kind of nice. Where we got 14 quarts going. I got a canner going out here, which I'll show you here in a bit, and I got a canner indoors. But teaching my son Samuel here how to can, and he doesn't seem super engaged. He's engaged. He helped me out a bunch. Prep my jars, prep the lids. But we're anyway, just kind of enjoying some time out here on the back deck. It rained a bunch, and I was kind of wondering if we were going to be able to do some outdoor canning, but the rain tapered off by the time we got to actually prepping the canner. So we got the kids snapping green beans. So let's back up. So we planted. When did we plant the green beans? You remember? It's like end of May. I think we did. We waited to May. That's why we're a couple weeks behind, because I would plant them in April, but the last couple years it's been really cool, and I end up having to replant anyway, because a lot of the seeds just don't germinate because of the cooler temps. So we planted around May. We did how many rows? You remember?
3.
There are 3 in each 20-foot row. So how many is that? 3, 6, 9.
Dad, that's 60. Oh my goodness.
So we had 9 rows, 20-foot row, almost 20 foot long, 19 foot, something like that. Anyway, they all came due this weekend. So we picked Saturday, got a bushel. Got a bushel Saturday, and then we picked the other 2 bushels yesterday, right, bud? Any comments on that, bud? No. You might turn the heat up on that canner indoors. I don't hear it jiggling anymore. It's got to be jiggling.
It's got to be doing this.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to.
You don't put it on simmer. And then you need to set the timer for like 25 minutes once you got the heat back up. It's a little bit of an art to it. I mean, you gotta. This canner's getting ready to go here in a little bit. But 2 different canners. I digress. We've got our old National canner. This thing's been a champ, and it's building pressure, but it's not quite there. We want it right at about 10 pounds. And we got the Peacock there. I think that's what that's called. I forget. Anyway, it's got a screw mechanism where we can allow more steam to come out to keep the pressure right at about 10 pounds of pressure for about 25 minutes. Then we've got an old mirror canner that's going in the house right now, and same deal, except it's got the little jiggle weight, so it kind of, for the most part, self-regulates. But when it's just a straight hiss sound, that's when we know we need to turn the temperature down. You want it to where it's jiggling, where it's enough pressure that it's forcing, steam's forcing its way out, but not constant. So it's going. So we picked all the beans this weekend and snapped a bushel last night. Put them in the refrigerator to keep them fresh, and that's what we're canning tonight. And then the rest of the kids are snapping beans in the house right now. We'll probably get through another bushel, and then we'll can again tomorrow if we're not able to do another session tonight. But altogether, we should get about 45 to 50 quarts, depending on how full the bushels are. You know, we're getting 14. We got 14 quarts out of, let's call it 3/4 bushel. It's about 3/4 bushel, wasn't it? But anyway, we're just kind of enjoying the simple life, right, bud? The simple life. Bud's kind of put out because there's a new video game out, and I've kind of put pause on purchasing that until we get some of these things done and have a little bit better attitude about work. So anyway, I foresee we're going to be canning tonight, likely canning tomorrow night, and then we'll see. We may end up canning a third night, depending on how late we want to go tonight and tomorrow night. But it's fun. I actually enjoy it. Once we get to this, say hissing again. Good. Once it starts doing that, set the kitchen timer at 25 minutes.
I did.
I would bump it back up.
It was doing that while I said.
All right, we'll go with it. It's actually kind of fun, yeah, at least this stage, because we're kind of sitting and waiting. See how much pressure we got now. Yeah, we got 5 pounds. We're getting there. Once we're at 10, I'll back off the little peacock there.
Sit.
It's our dog Birdie.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Good girl.
I've been a little lax at making videos here lately. I think part of it's just, I don't know. We got a lot going on, and it's kind of, do I want to take the time and, you know, try to explain what we're doing, or just get the stuff done, right? So I've not been online a whole lot, and that's okay. Kind of goes in spurts. Maybe we'll make some videos. But we've been having a lot of fun. Just got done with baseball season. That was a lot of fun. Last weekend, so my son is the last game of the season, and they were playing at Wright State University there in Dayton. Well, the other team canceled, right, bud? Other team canceled, so we did. Coach asked the parents to see if anybody would be willing to play, so it ended up being the dads against the boys. And we were pretty competitive. We were playing to win. Did we win, bud?
Like 4 points.
That's right. We won. How did I do?
You got 2 doubles. So dumb.
That's right. 2 doubles.
I only got 1 hit.
It was actually pretty fun. But after the, I don't know, we were playing extra long innings. I guess the way we structured it is we would play until everyone in the lineup got a turn to bat. So it didn't really matter the outs so much. The only way the outs influenced it was we would reset the bases. So if there were runners on base and the other team got 3 outs, whatever, the runners on base those runs wouldn't count. And we reset the bases on that, but had a lot of fun. It was a ooh, you hear that thunder? But man, I was hurting a little bit. I'm not the spry, 20-year-old I used to be. I'm like more than double that now, and so it took me a little bit to recover from playing. Actually, about 3 innings in, all the dads were kind of looking at each other like, man. How much longer do we want to play? The kids were fine. You hear that jiggling? Let's go in the house. We'll go in the house and see the jiggling real quick. Okay, this one is at right at 10 pounds. So we're going to back that screw off. We're going to open that up a little bit. It's about where we want it. Probably turn this off. So yeah, we're about now is timing this this canner out here. Oh. We also pulled all the onions. Well, one row of them. You know, last couple of years I've been getting the onion plants from Dixondale Farms. They're actual onion plants, not like sets. And the yellow onions, they all basically were done. The telltale sign is that the stalk will just fall over. So all of my onions on the yellow, for the most part, were collapsed over, and then our red onions, they're still going strong, so I'm gonna leave them. The tops haven't fallen over yet, so they still have some growing to do. How many onions we pull yesterday?
About 50.
You think it was 50, or is it more than that?
50 to 60.
I think it's more like 150. We planted like, I don't know, 300 onions. 2 rows.
We planted about maybe 200, maybe.
Do I need you to go get the box and count them for me?
No. I don't think that's necessary.
Anyway, we got a fair amount of onions, so I need to get them spread out actually, so they dry out. We need to get a filter cloth and put them down on the ground, let them dry out for a little bit until I get some kind of fencing thing rigged up to cure them if we don't want to process them all now. Right? Man, that steam is still building up. We gotta let some of that down. We're at between 10 and 15. It's actually probably running a little too hot. Well, that's gonna come out, and then we'll I should start jiggling here. We probably want to note the time on this. What time is it on your system?
8.
So we'll let this go about 20 minutes. Once that gets to about the pressure you want, which is about where we want it, we're going to crank that back down a little bit.
The dog doesn't like the water. Yeah, the dog doesn't like the water.
It's raining a little bit on her. That's hilarious. Anyway, we basically want to keep the pressure right about 10 pounds. So it's going alright.
Dad, this is a terrible idea.
What?
You're streaming a video and it's super loud and there's thunderstorms coming. This is actually a great idea because I'm supposed to argue, otherwise I don't get my game. So, a really good idea.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we've been working on a couple different things out at the garden. So my dad, things are going good. I'm making a video. Anyway, my dad's well went dry, and he ended up having to get a new well put in this past week. The bad news is that was about $12,000. The good news is that he doesn't have to worry about water anymore, and we will have an ample supply for the garden. In fact, they encouraged him to water however often, as much as he wants to. So, really for the last 6 years, water's been a limiting factor for us growing food out there, and we won't have to deal with that anymore, that's going to be nice. We also have about 450 gallons of rainwater. So he's gotten some rain barrels over the years. So the goal is to create a system where we can loop those in and to have the water gravity fed into the garden. And he's got a pump in case we need to pump it. But we'll kind of see how it all plays out. Staying right at 10 pounds. Anyway, like I said, these canning sessions are fun, especially on nights like this where it's cooler, there's no bugs, raining a little bit. Things are kind of slowed down a little bit. And there's something to be said for, these old ways of doing things. I mean, everything's just so fast and instant now, and I don't know, you don't have to it's possible to live in such a way that you're basically renting or contracting all your services and not having to really do anything, assuming you make enough money to do that. And even if you don't, there's people that aren't as interested in this stuff, but I think it's already making a little bit of a comeback for sure, as people are more concerned about where their food comes from and what's in it. But it takes time. We're probably going to be doing stuff like this for the rest of the summer, on the weekends, processing vegetables and stuff. Next weekend we're probably going to do corn. That'll take us a little bit. And then the tomatoes will start coming in. We'll start doing tomatoes and peppers. And we may do another round of green beans. Can't see. Alright, well, video quality is probably not the best with that hissing sound in the background. Man. We'll be at this to probably about 9 o'clock. And then, depending on where we're at snapping green beans, may do one more set of jars, or we may end up punting until tomorrow night. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. Until next time.